worst possible thing you could say when you walk into a car dealership. I spent 5 years with Mercedes-Benz, 5 with General Motors, and the worst thing a person could say when they walk in is, if you could just get me to this payment, we got a deal.
So your loan's probably still like 19, which means you got to pay to get out. You're upside down. It's called negative equity. Welcome everybody to Car Shopping Questions and Answers, episode 13. I am your host, Deshone the Auto Advisor. Today is our Thursday, 12 p.m. live stream, and we're live on 4 platforms. For those of you who don't know me, I'd like to ask you, if this is your first time on a stream with us, could you type the number 1? Can you type the number 1 if this is your first time on a stream with us? And to those who've come back, if you've been with us before, could you type the word welcome to all the people who have been with us before? Welcome, and welcome back to those who've been with us. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Deshone. I'm publicly known as Deshone the Auto Advisor. I spent 14 years in the car business, 5 with Mercedes-Benz, 5 with General Motors. Now, since the pandemic, I've devoted my time to showing everyone willing to listen how to get below market car deals, purchases, leases, new cars, used cars. And we do that by getting bids. We stop negotiating and we get bids. And that's how we get below market deals that other people are not getting. So I'm the author of Cars from Home, the new digital book, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Boom. That's the cover. And we're rated 4.94 on Goodreads.com. You can get yours for 75% off for the next 30 minutes. You'll see when you visit my TikTok bio or my Instagram bio or the link in the comment section that we have for you on YouTube and Facebook that there's a timer. The book is normally $97, but you can get your copy for $24 as long as you get there before the 30 minutes is up. So I would suggest you get it and come back and join the broadcast. So my man Dolan is moderating in the background. You guys can start typing your questions and we will start to answer them one by one. We'll be on for about an hour and we'll try to get through as many questions as we can in that time. All right, Dolan, once you have the first one, feel free to throw it up. Okay, and shout out to y'all on TikTok. Could y'all tap the screen if you're going to spend a little time with us? Run those likes up like y'all always do. I appreciate you. And if you're on Facebook or YouTube, if you could hit the like button, it means a lot. It tells the algorithm we're talking big money over here, and they'll send more people who need this. This one's from Instagram. When buying used, is it wise to buy from a small lot? I'll take any, listen, as long as you've screened it down. When you screen down your used cars, first of all, when we're shopping for used cars, you want to be on every marketplace. You want to be on every marketplace that has used cars. I always compare this to like buying a TV. If you were buying a TV, you're not going to just go to Amazon. You're going to go to Walmart.com. You're going to go to Best Buy. So we want to be everywhere there's a car. And now, once you do that, and those sites we use, this is called my multiple marketplace strategy. We use Carfax.com, CarMax.com, Carvana. Don't get any ideas, because even if they're overpriced 90% of the time, they still may be the best deal 10% of the time. Most times CarMax is overpriced. Most times Carvana is overpriced, but that's not all the time. I always say Best Buy is usually overpriced for electronics, but every now and then they have the best price. So if you're not looking at them, you miss opportunities. So we use CarMax, Carvana, Driveway, Carfax.com, Cars.com, Auto Trader, Car Gurus, and eBay Motors. We're looking at all of those marketplaces, and then we're going to narrow it down. So once we narrow it down, first thing we're narrowing it down on is title history. We don't want frame damaged cars, salvage title cars, flooded cars. Title has to be right. Based on Carfax, you can use auto check, but the only reason I don't like using auto check is because we need the service records. And service records is what's the important part when you're narrowing down. You need service record that shows on Carfax. And the last thing we let narrow it down based on is accident history. Some people do no accidents. Some people say, listen, there's different accidents on the Carfax. Let's talk about that for a quick second. You'll see minor accident. You'll see accident, vehicle was drivable. Good sign. That means it could have been a fender bender. They drove away. Then you might see vehicle towed. Red flag for me. You might see airbags deployed. Red flag. So whenever you see vehicle towed, just know that was a serious accident enough to where the vehicle couldn't drive away from. So that's what we narrow it down to. Now, when I'm narrowing this down, I'm not looking at who has the car yet. It could be a small lot. It could be a major franchise. Doesn't matter. Okay. If y'all gonna spend some time with us on TikTok, can y'all tap the screen every couple minutes and keep running those likes up? Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the new people. And if this is your first time on a broadcast, type the number 1. Type the number 1. Yeah, we live, Skinner. All right. If you don't see the banner above me, that means we're live. Whenever you guys see the banner, that means you're watching one of the replays, because we replay and rebroadcast these shows all day long so that everybody can see them. When you can't finish them, you're at work, you want to tell your friends, family about them, they can catch them pretty much any time of the day on all our platforms. But whenever you don't see the banner, which tells you when we're live, then we are live. All right. So that's that. Shout out to the first time people. But that's how we're going to narrow it down. I'm less concerned about where the car is. If it goes through that process and has great title history, great service records, great accident history, I'm open to it. Okay. Now, another one from Instagram. All right, Instagram with the questions. Today, when buying used, is it wise to buy? Oh, that's the same question. How do you get the original window sticker? We'll get it through the Carfax. We'll get it through MaroneyLabels.com if we're going to pay for it. I think there's a site called Get Clutch. I have a link. I have a link in my book, because every manufacturer doesn't do it. So every manufacturer doesn't do it. Some have agreements with Carfax and they put the window sticker on the Carfax. Some of them you got to buy it separately. But if I'm narrowing it down to 5 cars, see, we got to start looking. We got to start looking at car buying like house buying. We really do, because for some reason people are very comfortable protecting themselves. And explain this to me. Why is it people are very comfortable protecting themselves when it comes to cars? I mean, houses, but not cars. So if we'll get a $600 home inspection to tell us if we should buy the home or not. You get what I'm saying? There are things we pay when we're about to spend $2 or $3 or $4 or $500,000 on a home. But when it comes to these small things that help us guarantee the best car deal and below market car deals, we want to do everything for free. So that's up to you. A lot of it can be done for free, but if I can't get a window sticker and I got to pay $5 for it, once I narrow it down to my top 4 choices, I pay the $20 to get the original window stickers. I'm getting it. I don't care how you get it. I got a couple resources in my book on how to get it, how to get free Carfaxes, but literally I'm getting the window sticker because I'm not buying a used car without seeing the original window sticker, because you don't know what you're saving. You do not know what you're saving. And anybody who's buying a used car without knowing what the original price was, it's impossible to know how good of a deal you really got. So, all right, go ahead, Dolan. This one's from TikTok. How do you sell the lease car without the title? The same way I explained it. You don't need a title to sell any car. Who was taught you needed a title to sell a car? Type me in the comments, because this is a big one. There are people who not even leasing. There are people who have cars right now. You have a loan on it. And I used to get people who would walk in the dealership and they look at the new model, the most recent one, and they'd be like, Deshone, is that the whatever, 2019, 2020? I'm like, yeah, these just came out. Okay, I got 3 payments left. As soon as I make my last payment, I'm coming to get that one. I want to talk to you about that one. What's the reason? Why are you waiting? Other than you thought you had to have the title in your hand. It's not the way it works. You go, you sell the car, there's, you know, you write up a purchase order, whatever the bank is that you owe, the person pays off the bank, and then the title, once the bank is paid for, the title goes to the person who bought the car with the new ownership documents. So, you know, sometimes I forget there's little small nuances that, but in the book, and even we talk about this on the show, you guys never hear me when we talk about an equity assessment